It is now a link that we have called Speak Pipe.
Yep. So basically, we want you to chime in on whatever topics that we're talking about. If you want to pop off on somebody, you want to vent, you want to tell us something good that's happening, you want to comment on a topic or a show that we're doing, you can leave an audio message and we will play it on the show. Yep. So that is SpeakPipe. That's SpeakPipe.com/Cam and Cam. Hey everybody! Hey everybody! Why you? Hey everybody! Why you look so funky? Hey y'all, what up, though?
What up, though?
Thank you for visiting and stopping by to watch us on Clink. We are your hosts,
Cam,
and I'm Kay. Y'all, okay. Before we get into our All the Queens Men recap, we just want to say thank you to everybody that stopped by. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to us. We really appreciate it.
Over scuba.
Like, I am just ecstatic.
I'm like, really?
Like for real, like.
Because, Kay, spent a lot of time in, California, and so this is just our homage to Cali. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. So yeah, we're silly. We like to have fun. So if you like to have fun too, you are at the right podcast, honey.
Right.
So for the first timers, welcome.
Hi.
We are just a couple of sister friends. We are filmmakers. We are podcasters. We are content creators. We do all the things.
We are
things creative.
All things creative. Hey, what more can you say? That's why it's called All Things.
That's right. Our channel, yes. All Things Cam and K. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe to that? So before we even get any further, go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And we want you guys to comment on the shows that we are talking about. If you watch, of course, we want to hear your input. And you could be on the show. You go to our SpeakPipe website. That's speakpipe.com/Cam and K. It's in the description of our YouTube page.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. And that's a new thing that we have because we want to connect with you. We want to talk to you. Yes. And some of you want to hear your voices. So, hey, that'll be even great because, just to hear your voice, and then you can tune in and hear your own voice on our show.
That's right. Cool? It is. It's cool. So, yeah, we are recapping all the Queens Men. Okay. All the Queens Men on BET Plus. We are on episode 15. There's one more to go, y'all.
And it's called Caught Slipping.
It is called Caught Slipping.
I was kind of wondering why at first, but then at the end, I see why. Because of that situation, but we'll get into that in a minute. So again, there's only one more left, and then we're going to go back to Johnson. And guess what, girl? Johnson is now on Hulu. So where is it at?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, I thought you said it's not on Hulu.
I said it's now on Hulu.
Oh, that's even better because I have Hulu.
So if you have Hulu, because at first you had to watch it on the Brown Sugar app.
Yeah.
But you have to buy that one. But
so that means
if you have Hulu
in the world.
If you have Hulu, Johnson is playing, and we're going to resume Johnson. I'm telling y'all, that is a good show.
Yes,
that is a good show.
All right, men's. Okay, girl. Everybody.
Okay, girl.
Start us off. Opens up with Blue telling Madam that Miss Tandy wants to talk to her. Miss Tandy is always popping up talking about she want to talk to Madam. She get on my nerves.
I know.
So Tandy tells her that she will do whatever Madam wants her to do. And then that's why it was getting on my nerves. I just got to say that real quick. Why all through the thing, everybody wants to whisper? I'm like, oh my God. Hey, did you notice that?
I did.
Okay, I was just wondering. Okay, so Tandy tells her she'll do whatever she wants to do. So Madam puts her foot down and tells her to handle the DA. And Tandy tells her, first order of business is the DA. is to fire the DA. That's what Madam says.
And then Tandy agrees to that. She agrees to fire DA Rides. I don't know if we can trust her though.
I don't know
because she kind of later on we'll talk about that later.
Talk about that.
But what Tandy she says something, I was like, "Are you wired up?" But she was like, "Cause Madam was like, you're going to win the election." And then Tandy was saying, well, I don't know." But she was like, "You're going to win." She's like, "What? How you know? Are you going to rig it?" I was like, "She wired."
Right. Because she is asking a whole lot of questions.
And Madam is too slick. She was like, "Of course not.
Of course not." But I love the fact that Madam tells her, Of course not. No. But Madam tells Tandy that she cannot come to Eden because she is going into an illustrious position, and she can't be hanging around at Eden because that'll be bad for her reputation.
It would. She was like, "Get your D at home."
She said, "Because you know what? This is a mayoral race, and get your D at home." And she also tells her she's gonna endorse her in front of the crowd of Eden. I said, Eden must have some ballers in there because they be acting like that's the whole city of Atlanta. I'm just saying.
Well, she did say it's like upscale, but yeah, because she was saying she don't want her there. She's like, even though it is an upscale place, you still don't have no business.
No business.
And she doesn't. She was kind of like bummed about that because we know how Tandy liked the D.
So. She liked the D and she want a stalk face. But I like it. So she gets up there actually, Tandy, and the crowd goes wild over her, and she carries herself very well.
Tandy,
yeah. When she introduced her, I said, "Okay, Tandy, you better do your thing."
Okay, the next mayor of Atlanta.
You know how she an actress. I be like, "Girl, you better act." But girl, what do you think about Detective Davis popping up at Eden? I was like, "Is the thirst all the way real?"
Doc came out in his robe. He was like, "What you want?"
Right, he trying to get some air.
Right, he was like, "You could have waited till I got off work." And she's like, "No, I want to see you. She is really stigmatized. Isn't that good?
Is. It must be. It must be the glasses. They must be role playing and stuff."
And so they go and they get it on in the car.
Girl, and when Midnight peeps, he like, "What the heck is going on over there?" Because Midnight is down to the bone with Madam. He do not play. He gonna tell.
That's his girl.
So I don't even know why you thought you was gonna do anything, but they didn't know that Midnight was looking. So he sees him going to the car, and he's like, what's up with that? But girl, what about Champ and Trouble?
Girl,
are they just the dumbest?
They are.
I'm like,
so Champ and Trouble, they're in the car. No, they're not yet. They are saying everything is set to rob the stash house because they're still at the club. After they get off work, girl, Big D ass, why is he just going around ear hustling?
He always lingering.
He was all up against the wall.
Right, you saw his little Jerry curl juice stain from his stuff in his head. I was saying the same thing. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So anyway, he is leaning up against the wall. At first I was like, was that him? Then I was like, he like the shadow knows.
Yeah, then I'm like, okay, so is he there because they're gonna trying to? So obviously, they. Okay, so when we at that particular point in time, because I'm like, is he gonna help them if they need help?
Right? Is he there to help them, or is he there? Is he really a double agent? I'm trying to figure that out, but. So I'm tired of Champ and Trouble. They just like the dumbest one. So Champ is the whole thing about Trouble's leery. She is asking a whole lot of questions because she don't feel comfortable about this.
Yeah, and her chain is gone. So she don't left her chain at the scene. I'm like, Champ was like, I don't know about that. Let's get another one.
We get a whole bunch of them. Right. But we get to Blue, and she insinuates that
Blue is
getting on our nerves right now.
No,
she be like, I heard. And so she tells Dime that she heard that her and Amp are kicking it again, like on the low, and Dime is furious because she's like, look, she told Amp that if they did try it again, that
she don't want nobody
in her business.
Right, and that's understandable because you don't want
Because she never wanted it in the first place. Remember when he first approached her and they first started their entanglement, she didn't want nobody to know then because she said she don't get down like that.
True. So Blue, not Blue, but Dime, she looks and she spots. And he over there trying to make his money. He's like trying to grind on somebody.
Girl, she got rude and disrespectful. She bust up in the
grabbed his arm like,
yo, come here. I like that though. That was real because she was in the moment. She was pissed.
So she, approaches Amp aggressively. She, like I said, she pulled him away from making money. Right. Old girl probably about to tip him, and she done pulled him away. So, she was like, she's like, who are you telling? Our business is out in the streets. I don't want that. And he was trying to, plead with her. It was like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Babyface. It was Babyface.
She said, but you didn't deny it.
Right.
I'm like, that was true.
So Amp tries to reassure her that he didn't say anything, but she's not having it. And Amp says, we're going to talk after the show. She's like, no, we're not.
Right.
We're not talking about nothing.
And he was like, done. He was loud. He was like, done.
And she's like, I'm done.
Right. And then guess who creeps from the shadows?
The shadow knows. Big D.
Looking like,
yeah. I got a shot.
Slide up in there.
I got a shot. So Midnight, he confronts Doc about being with Detective Davis. So Midnight tells him, he's like, dog, don't fall in love with her. And Doc tells me, I got everything under control. So then faced with
he was like, Madam got me pumping her for information. And he was like, like literally.
But you could tell that he's starting to have feelings for her because he letting her do too much. And then faced with his dumb behind says, they ask him, they're like, what's your situation? You getting it on with Tandy and all this, that, and the third. He's like, yeah, she be gone all day. And when she gone, I'll be having my other chicks come over.
Having the hoes come and have sex in her house, in her sex
dungeon, and pay him double.
And so
I said, I don't understand why this Negro ain't got no money. You couldn't get him. You was sleeping on couches, but you charging all this.
Right. Why he don't have a place of his own?
What? That's weird.
But so Fuego, my boo, he was like, man, he basically saying like, dog, that's foul. What if, that's disrespectful. And what if she come home?
Right.
Like, what she finds out? And he was like, she's not going to find out. And so Amp was like, and then payback.
Right. And then Fuego looking, he like, what's done in the dark gonna come out in the light. He was like, man, you better watch yourself. I love Fuego. He always trying to be the voice of reason for these people that don't want to listen.
And then you think that one line, I think it was improvised where when he was like he said that shit probably smelled like ass and menthol. and they start laughing and her face through something like that. I was like, shut up.
It probably did. And then you don't know who all been in that room, all them people they used to have in there talking about something. I disinfected. They like, yeah, right.
They said ass and menthol because they're a little older. I can't.
So Trouble and Champ are in the car after the robbery. And Trouble tells him to get a new whip because his whip is like messed up. And then that's when Trouble notices that her necklace is gone. And so she's kind of panicked. And he like, don't worry about it. But Blue is trying to teach Tommy.
I said Blue was giving Tommy a tutorial on knives.
On how to be an assassin.
And he was looking like, Madam, do I have to listen to this? He's like, I know my way around, kitchen knives. Blue was like, this ain't no kitchen knife. Right.
No, he was like, Madam, do I have to do this? And Blue was like, yeah, you do. Right. I said, boy, if y'all don't stop whispering to each other, what y'all trying to do, see who got the deepest voice?
And I like when Blue held the knife up to him. She's like, if you, put it up here to the jugular, you could slit this and that. And then Madam was like, she can teach you how to, learn about trigger points. And he was like, oh, I do want to know about that.
I want to know.
And then after you see, I was like, okay, whoever plays Tommy, okay, I like what you did right there. When after she took the knife away, he was like, you see his face, he was like,
like, you better act. Academy Award goes to Tommy in the kitchen.
Yeah. whisper.
Yeah. So then I'm just like I said, I just wonder why they're whispering, but we're gonna let them whisper. Okay.
Tandy and the DA.
Yes. So Tandy and the DA are talking. And so Tandy is like, you got to lay low right now because Madam is kind of like on to you and this election is coming up. But Tandy never reveals that Madam backed her. She didn't say that part.
Oh no.
She just said, you need to lay low and we can talk at another time or whatever. But
right, because Tandy said that Madam is becoming suspicious about their relationship.
Right. So they can't be seen together.
Mm-hmm. And then DA Ross was like, "You're not sounding like yourself. And should I be worried?"
And Tandy says, honey, we got to be smart about this. And the DA, she starts agreeing reluctantly, but she didn't want to hear what she had to say.
And then Tandy tells her she told the DA, like, you got to stop telling people that you're out to get Madam.
Yeah, because she does always go around saying, I'm going to get that bitch. I'm going to get that bitch.
Right, because you don't know who she have working for her.
And then everybody is in her pocket. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? So Amp and Fuego
they
are working out. And boy, were they working out. And Amp was being very aggressive with that punching bag.
Wishing it was Big D's face.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Goodness. Get over it.
But I like the way Fuego was telling him, even if things work out, I'm glad that you're becoming a better man
for yourself.
For you. And even if things don't work out with Dime, I'm not saying that they aren't.
He's like, so you think I got a chance? What?
He's like, man, just work on it. Because you was doing way too. Fuego wanted to say you was doing way too much, and I don't blame her because he was doing way too much.
He was.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, because Fuego said that you have to be a better version of yourself first.
For you.
And he said that he told him that he has a lot of anger built up inside of him and towards Big D.
And be tripping. I'll be like, we need to know what his past is. I know what they said, but he had some stuff when he was a child or something. That's crazy.
Right. And then Amp was like, I try to, make amends. He said, but he's just trying to, step in between Diamond and me. And so I like when Fuego said, look at it from his perspective, like be in his shoes. Like I said, he likes her too.
He likes her too.
And he didn't know about y'all.
He didn't know nothing about
y'all. Was not together.
And Dime was giving him the eye. Yes. She was acting like she was interested. Like, She was trying to see something new. And then she caught herself because she was like, she don't want to end up being a little, pass around chick.
Right.
No pass around chicks here. So Trouble and Champer, they at the apartment and they're counting that moolah.
So they got $500,000.
500 stacks.
Racks, yes.
I wonder how 500 is a lot. I don't know. But they got 500 and that fool still talking about they need to go rob somebody else. I'm like, what planet are you on?
He just want to rob folks. What did Trouble say? Dang, no, that was somewhere else. But so Rayshawn is at the door, so they let him in. And I know you've noticed the shift in the writing. Again, Tyler is not writing. He hasn't been since they've been back from the strike. Mm-hmm. And then I think the whole Christian Keys thing. But I noticed that they are trying to develop the characters a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that their conversations are like longer. The dialogue is more dialogue.
They're real conversations instead of them repeating each other and repeating like everybody like AK. What, Cam? You said AK. You be like, huh? So Trouble and Champer, that Rayshawn, and they start talking to him. And he's just like, pouring out his heart. He's like, he felt really bad about killing Jack and he feels guilty. And Trouble tries to reassure him and say, well, it really was your fault. She was like, but you did give it to him because you just like lost it. And he told him, yeah, I did lose it. Because he was angry because of what happened to him, which is understandable.
Right. And he thanked Trouble for telling Madam to to get him out. And I'm like, I'm like, Rayshawn, if you only knew, dog.
They don't even like you. They don't care about nobody.
They don't even. I think Trouble.
I think she do have a soft spot.
She do, and I think that I guess because of her hard shell and her upbringing or whatever, it's like she closes it off, like before she allows them to get too close. Like, let me distance
back up
myself.
off. Let me back up off.
Yeah.
But one thing they did tell Rayshawn that was good advice. They said, stop going around telling people you killed him. No matter what, plead not guilty. Exactly. No matter what happens, plead not guilty. So that is a true fact, people out there.
Oh, not us talking to murderers.
Plead not guilty. Don't be going around telling everybody what you did. Don't write a letter. Don't tell your girlfriend. Don't tell your grandmama on the cell phone because they have stuff tapped. Keep your mouth shut. Okay, but anyway, the DA talks to Casanova about Madam, and she's being herself. And why is this nigga? Excuse me. He is not. We don't use that word. I apologize.
I do, but
why do we still got bruises? It's been like 5 years later. He 50. He done had 5 birthdays. I'm like, why do he still have bruises? I was irritated a little bit, even though they tried to make them a little lighter this week. I'm like, just let the bruises go. It's like over.
They should be. Well, you know what? Because I've never had bruises like that, so I don't know how long it takes for them to heal.
Well, I know the lighter complexion bruises don't last that long. They last maybe like a week, but they anyway. We're gonna let TV Land have that one. So
so the DA, so Casanova said, I thought you had Tandy in your pocket, because she was telling Casanova just a little bit of about what happened with Tandy. And she was like, he said, I thought you had Tandy in your pocket, and getting Madam was a sure thing. Mm-hmm. So he said, do you think Madam got into her? And she said, probably. She said, or I could just be paranoid. She said she's just afraid that something or someone is going to mess up the investigation on Madam.
And then she says, well, I'm going to go to Tandy and talk to her tomorrow. And I'm like, bitch, didn't she just tell you that y'all can't be around each other? You're doing too much. Let it go. How do somebody tell you, I think I just need a moment. Just don't come around, and then you like, well, I'm gonna go see her tomorrow.
It's like that Negro, like you trying to break up with, like, I just need my space, and I'll reach out when I'm ready. And then here he go calling you that same night, like that. Didn't I just say?
Or he come over and be like, I left something over there, and you be like, what? This piece of lint. I knew it fell out my pocket. You be like, what are you doing,
girl? So speaking of doing too much. Dime again, introducing folk, that, like I said, they giving her more time as well.
They trying, yeah.
And she going around slapping hands like she just won a championship game. I'm like, if she going around like, I'm like, girl.
I think they need to rethink that. Like, I like her character and everything, but it's just becoming awkward. It's like awkward.
But I did love that sequin.
Her outfit was cute.
I love the sequin skirt.
And they showed a little skin. I was like, all right, there. I'm trying to be a little sexy. So they jam on the dance. They were getting it. I liked it. I liked their little outfits. I was like, she like when Fuego bit on that chain.
Oh, y'all! If you watched it, go back to the if you haven't noticed it, go back to the dance scene.
I was looking
towards the guy, because I text Cam. I was like, when you look at it, make sure you look at Fuego when he put that chain in his mouth. It's just little stuff like that. It's just so freaking sexy to me.
A lot.
It's so sexy. He had that chain, and he was. Oh my god.
Yes, they was getting it though.
They was getting it.
So Detective Davis is acting like a stalker. She is in the audience.
She is a bugaboo.
Throwing around the money that Madam gave her. I'm like, what are you doing? So when Doc walks off the stage, she all in his face, like, you just got some in the car like an hour ago. So what are you doing? And she's like making him really feel uncomfortable. He's like, what are you doing?
Working. It's like, then you're gonna take away from my tips.
Right. You all in my face. It's like she losing her mind. She is stigmatized
to the max. Okay. So Madam summons Doc to go to her office because she peeped all that.
And she's not happy.
Yeah.
She is pissed.
And then before we go to what was said, Blue goes to the amateur dressing room, and she throws a package at Trouble. She said, I don't work for the post office. But
That
here
was
you go.
right. Like, here you go.
And it was her chain, girl. So whoever, they know her name, they know where she works.
And they know Champ and where he works. And honey, Trouble got shook. She like,
So I'm like, maybe they didn't rob Madam's boys. This is might be, I don't know who they robbed.
Concierge. We don't know who they robbed, but we're gonna find out in a little while. All they know is whoever they robbed, they know who did it.
Girl.
It's gonna probably go back to that girl that Champ knew that he talking about was telling, she was one telling him to rob the place.
Yeah. But I like when they give Carter, the body, aka Trouble, they give her some good lines because what's his name? Champ was like, where's it from? She was like, nigga, they not dumb enough to put a return stamp on here. This ain't no Christmas gifts.
Right. So I love Trouble. She is very quick with it. So of course they're scared. They know that whoever they robbed, they know that they did it. So Madam tells him to go get Doc.
So Doc, he's in the office already.
She checks the mess out of Doc. She like, what are you doing?
She was like, did you get information? Have you been getting information?
What have you learned?
No.
What have you been doing?
She's like, nigga, there's a lot of I don't knows. I'm gonna need you to
I need you to know.
Right. So he has not been getting no new information.
She was like, so all you doing? You just laying up with her?
And like, she asked how many times has she been over, to get something, like 3 or 4 times in that week. So
he couldn't even deny it.
It's cut.
He couldn't deny it. She tells Doctor he cannot see Detective Davis anymore. And he kind of seems like he said.
A little bit.
Yeah. And then Madam, she gets it even more. She tells him to go get Detective Davis behind. She's like, oh, get that hoe. No.
Right, the Madam was like, you catch your feelings, nigga. And I think he is.
He is, if he's seeing her 3-4 times a week.
Girl, so Blue brings in Davis to Madam's office and basically tell her she doesn't need her services anymore because she effing her dancer and not giving her the information.
But what tripped me out, Detective Davis trying to get rude and disrespectful. She was like, what you worried about what he doing for you? You want him for yourself?
You
is that what it is?
Yourself. I was, no, I was sitting
I'm sorry.
Look, I was looking like, ooh.
Maybe she knew. No. She said that. She was like, what you want? You want it for yourself? I was like, oh.
I'm like, she getting a little bit too comfortable.
She got too comfortable.
She got a little too comfortable, and that's why she's off the case.
And she had a little dollar. Madam told her, you might want to keep them dollars. And
no, what would she say? I have it on here. She said, take that little money. You might need it.
You might need it because she said,
I love it. Like, take that little money. You might need it
because your services are no longer needed.
Bye, boo.
And she like, well, I can get information. She's like,
Right. She's like, no. Well, my guys already, my people. She was like, we got it from here. We got it from here. So do you think that she's gonna try to crawl back and try to get her job back and try to be on the mission and get Madam, break her down? I don't know. I don't know where they're going.
It could be a plot twist, but all I know, she should have kept them coins because Madam gave her a whole lot of money that would have held her over for a very long time. So instead of her throwing the money at Doc, he ain't giving it back to you, idiot. So what you giving it to him for? I don't get it. Women, y'all. Anyway, Amp tries to talk to Dime, and she totally rejects him. She shuts it down.
She didn't say nothing. She was like, we back on this bullshit.
She is not.
He was like, face, tell him it was your idea. He was like, Dime, it was my idea.
I was like,
girl, but because Trouble and Champ was hanging out, so they was like, they were back in the line. Girl,
they were like,
I gotta put this down. Girl,
they were scared to death.
So Doc and Midnight comes out. They were like, what y'all doing here? Y'all should have been tipped out. Girl, Doc was looking good as hell with them glasses and that beanie.
Girl, I know. So you can have you got Fuego.
Yeah, I got Fuego. I can look at
Doc now. Doc is looking really delicious Doc. Hey, yeah, he is. He looking real good. But they like, why y'all hanging around us? So they say, why are you guys always mean to us? And they're like, because you're not in our league. They really look down on them real bad.
I know, and it was like high school because Doc was like, "Get out of here, losers!"
Right,
I was like,
loser.
They're in high school,
right?
And then because they're outside at this point, when they said all of that, and
so midnight they walk away from them.
A white man comes and
scoop them up, and champ.
And the guys see it. They was like, "What the?" And then it goes, "I'm like, okay, y'all, okay."
To the writing.
So it's one more. It's one more. Let's make a little bit of predictions. What do you think is going to happen in the finale, in the one next week?
Oh, I think they're going to reveal whose money they stole.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be, maybe they may be introducing a new character whose money they stole. But I don't know. I think it's going to be connected somehow to Madam, because everything goes back to Madam.
Right. Like I said, because at first I was like, okay, because they're going to rob Madam, because again, that's what she really gets her money from.
Well, it could be Madam, because why would Blue have her chain? Because Blue
No, she said Blue said somebody dropped it off.
I know, but that could be, they could, but they couldn't. The Blue is, she know how to play her role. I don't know. That's a good one.
No. And then are we finally going to see Christian, the concierge?
Right, because we ain't seen him in about 20 episodes.
Okay. Speaking of Christian, hey Christian. Now we know. I didn't get the full update yet, because the whole bombshell. The reason why Tyler is not writing and not directing, because a few months ago, Christian alluded. You didn't give names specifically, but he left enough breadcrumbs where we can make a whole assumption about who it is. And I one of the bloggers that I follow, because Christian did an update, because people was like he removed. They're like, somebody gave him a check. They was like, because he said it wasn't about the money, and he said that he was going to go and
pursue it.
Mm-hmm. But they said he deleted that his live, that video. I'm like, Christian,
for the love of money, people will steal from their mothers. For the love of money. I ain't mad at you, Christian, because if you had enough zeros, sometimes the zeros make the pain go away.
True, but don't say it's not about the money. If in fact, if it was about the money.
But in situations like this, though, when you have, this is your career and what you love and what you want to do, you don't want to get blackballed. So
true.
Sadly,
they probably should have
come to a resolution before that happened. Like Cassie got her coin. She set the bar. So
she did. So maybe their agreement was, you
be quiet.
You, Tyler, don't have nothing to do with this. This is, I got full control of this show.
Right, and I don't want to work with you anymore because you make me feel uncomfortable.
That part. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in
to
Clink. Sip, sip. So again, next week is the finale.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, y'all, we want to hear from you. What was your favorite part of the episode? And I'm looking forward. I'm excited again.
I am too. The writing is like so awesome, and the plot twist and everything, the way it's going. I'm so, because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And usually I can figure everything out, but
I'm not annoyed by watching it. With the dialogue, with the repeating, all of that. It's actual dialogue.
Yeah, it's actual, like, real life, like, just the way they're talking. They're not talking with awkward pauses and stuff like that. So
all right.
Thank you. Remember, you can go to allthingskamik@gmail.com and leave comments or leave any suggestions about shows that you might want us to review. And also don't forget to go to
speakpipe.com/Kamik. Yep.
So we can hear from you.
Yeah, y'all. Until the next time.
Bye. Steal from their brother for the love of money. Hey.